Y'all want to go to SCI Green, I'm telling y'all. As prisoners, go visit someone. You don't want to be a resident of SCI Green, let me tell you, man. But from that point, the appeal process started. And I'm on the phone and I'm talking to D. Pasquale, who's still, you know, my attorney at the time, and he's trying to talk me through it. I don't know. He's telling me it's all going to be okay. And I'm telling him, you're a crackhead, like, what's wrong with you? It's not okay. You know, they just told me I'm never coming home again. And I don't know how to take that. And she's in my ear saying, yes, you are coming home again. And I'm telling her, you're crazy. It's just a whole lot going on at this time. A whole lot. D. Pasquale, he files my initial appeal. They denied everything. Get to my post-conviction, another lawyer comes into play, William Diffendorfer, who actually I got granted a new trial at that time. They granted me a new trial on ineffective assistance of counsel, right? Ineffective assistance of counsel, failure to call 5 crucial witnesses. Oh, let me tell you this. I was the only one that got convicted. Out of the other 2, yeah, I was the only one that was life. The one guy who went to trial after me, he ended up getting 5 to 10. They convicted him of conspiracy but dropped the homicide. No one understands how you get a conspiracy with no homicide. Still have yet to figure that one out. And the last guy who went, he got acquitted of all charges. So it just got crazy after that. Diffendorfer, he got on the case and filed an ineffective assistance of counsel, and we got granted a new trial. Superior Court took it back, man. They reversed it. Like a year later, they reversed it, and I was back stuck with a life sentence again, right? Yeah.
Can I just give him some context for some of these procedural matters?
Yes.
Between the Terrell's case and then the 2, you refer to them as co-defendants, but they're all tried separately. Each case is built on the eyewitness testimony of Evelyn McBride. The other 2, were found not guilty of the homicide because they had attorneys that were able to do basic investigations that proved certain things, like if Evelyn was standing where she said she was, she actually physically could not have seen the shooting take place. They went to the apartment where Evelyn said she was the night before and spoke to the person who lives there, and they said Evelyn McBride was not there. There was no drug party going on or whatever she said was happening. They investigated her story and were able to tear it apart. The reason the Superior Court took his award of a new trial back was a technicality, but it's requirement in ineffective assistance claims that if you say the attorney at the original trial should have called a witness or several witnesses, you also have to provide an affidavit from those witnesses stating what they would have testified to. And Diffendorfer didn't do that. So that just, instead of a remand to the Court of Common Pleas and giving the opportunity to fix this in the interest of justice, they just threw it out. So he's back to square one. And the only way to get back into court now is essentially newly discovered evidence.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say this part too. Evelyn McBride struck a deal with the Commonwealth. According to the police reports or the assessment of how much time she was facing 40 years, 40 to 50 years in prison. So her plea deal that she got in exchange for her testimony was that she would either get all the charges dropped or that she would receive probation. That's what she got in exchange for her testimony. There was one case that the district attorney said that Evelyn McBride had that the district attorney swore she would touch, and that was the case of child prostitution. Evelyn McBride was accused of prostituting her own children for crack. Her children testified against her in open court. The case was ongoing. Needless to say, that case disappeared too, even after the district attorney said that she wouldn't make any type of deals concerning concerning that case due to the seriousness of it. So and I say that just to show you the lengths that they went to in order to secure this testimony. Once we got to the appellate process, you know, I got past my PCRA. Evelyn McBrath out here in society still committing crimes. Sandra's still fighting. HRC fed up. You know, she's meeting new people. People are, I mean, every time she came to see me, man, there was more and more energy surrounding the fight for my freedom. More and more people now who just began to believe that even if you didn't know me, even if you didn't, know whether or not I was innocent, you were certain that something went wrong. There was a problem here. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no way that a woman like Evelyn McBrath should be on the street. There's no way, like you look at her, you look at her jacket, you look at the type of crimes that she commits, it's all crimes of opportunity. It's all about her. And here it is, you got the district attorney making a deal with this woman in exchange for her testimony. So we get to my PCRA, and we appealed it all the way up to the United States Supreme Court. Different lawyers came, different lawyers went. The promises of helping didn't happen. But at some point, all my appeals were exhausted. So I went to the United States Supreme Court, exhausted all my remedies, and I got on the phone and I called home. I told Sandra, like, it's over. Like, there's nothing else we can do at this point, She was like, don't call here with that miserable stuff. It's not over, man. And I'm just like, man, just don't quit. Like, it's over. There's nothing else. The United States Supreme Court has ruled. Now, we're people of faith. We do believe in God. We trust in God. And the whole time, for us, it's like, well, the whole time for her, she's like, God has a plan for us. There's something that he's doing. We didn't go through all of this for nothing. And I'm saying, well, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. Not because I'm guilty of anything, but, maybe this justifiably. I didn't take on that attitude. I wasn't plotting on finding Evelyn McBrath. I wasn't doing none of that, I had got to a point where forgiveness had set in. And just hope that, maybe she was doing some good with the opportunity that she had. Because, you got my life taken away, right? Like, do something with it. I didn't find time to hate the lawyers like D. Pasquale. It's crazy because I just seen him in John Eagles the other day. I don't know. I seen him in John Eagles, man, and he just didn't even look me in my face. It was crazy. Yeah, buddy. Man, you get your groceries, it could have got serious, but I just, my heart was right towards the whole situation. I feel like, and Saul just kept encouraging me, man, to keep believing that, man, it's going to work out, it's going to work out, it's going to work out. Yeah, I started to doubt that some. I didn't know. December 2005. December 2005. We got some information, newly discovered evidence. I'm saying like that, we got newly discovered evidence. There was a guy who was actually with Evelyn McBrath at the time of the homicide. And he was willing to do one step and another, and we found him. And, well, I'm not going to give broad pressure like that. Through Sandra's diligence, through, everybody that was advocating for us, God first and foremost, we found him. And when she found him, he just had got out of the halfway house or something like that, right? When she found him, no sooner than she had asked him about it. Hey, whatever y'all need, I'm there. That B lied, she wasn't there, man, that's messed up, that boy locked up like that, man. Whatever y'all need me to do, let me know. And Sandra wrote me, first she wrote me, I called home, the excitement, like, but I'm still, I'm kind of holding it back because I don't, it's hard to get excited after you suffer such a blow. You know what I mean? Like, I just settled into the idea of maybe having to spend the rest of my life here. Sandra's never given up, never settling into that thought, so she's always energized, like, yo, something's gonna come. I'm like, but Kenneth Robinson, Uncle Skin, as we call him, he stepped up. He stepped up in an amazing way. We didn't have to, like in a lot of cases, when you got newly discovered evidence, you got witnesses who are willing to help. The courts are really skeptical of it. Like that, they give the least amount of weight to newly discovered evidence, and it's crazy because this is something that can prove somebody's innocence. Why would there be less weight on that? Prosecution just comes in there and all their arrogance, like, man, I didn't know nothing, it's over. That's not making it through the courts. Shame on them for being so arrogant, because he did. You know what I mean?
Who filed your PCRA this time?
One of my friends who I met, a guy from New York, inmate, his name is James Corey, and another inmate, Kenneth Lee. James is from New York. Never met these people a day in my life. This is how God works. I don't know if y'all believe in God, but understand this point I'm getting ready to make. Two guys who I met in the penitentiary, no law degrees, no nothing. They studied while in prison, working on their own cases. God put me in such a situation where as though I would cross paths with these people. 5 years prior to God using them, I had walked and talked with these people. Never thought of them working on my case, nothing. I got lawyers, paid attorneys. Some just scraping from the bottom, getting money from who knows where. Paying these lawyers thousands of dollars. She's not rich. She doesn't have resources like that, but the money came. Exhausted all of the money. It was over. We couldn't even find a dime anywhere. And all my pills have run out. God used these two men to file my PCRA, filed the initial PCRA, and the judge granted an evidentiary hearing. And I don't mean to make it seem just that simple, but it became